Welcome into the Fans Only Sports Network. A little bit late here for girls lacrosse action, closing out the regular season between Moses Brown and LaSalle, the top two teams in girls Division I here in Rhode Island. Charlie Adams doing it all here today as we got going late on the broadcast. We're here in the second quarter, minute remaining, with a 6-2 Moses Brown lead. Ball passed outside to Sophia Moko. Shot sent in. It's immediately waved off by the referee. Moko, the junior. Gearing up with 46 seconds left in the second quarter. Delivering. And Moses Brown adds on a seventh here. Up now to a 7-2 lead. Thank you to everyone tuned in, following along here on Fans Only Sports Network. Again, got going a bit later, originally scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Now started at 5 p.m. So our first half is nearly complete from LaSalle Academy. Plenty of action going on. Baseball field behind us, softball field in the background as well. All with game action as we return for the face-off. Final 42.6 seconds to go in the second quarter. Almost set up to get resumed. Again, 42.6 seconds left here to play in the first half. And we're back underway after the face-off. LaSalle in control. Looking for a late goal here to close out the second quarter. Set up with 30 seconds to go. Up top, double team. Brought over. Getting into scoring range. The shot long. And another great save here for Moses Brown. Ball cleared out downfield. Nice catch. 7 seconds and going. And it's one last chance for Moses Brown in the first half, trickling away. Scooped up. And that's how we'll end the second quarter. So thanks everyone for tuning in to our broadcast. Second half action coming up. 7-2, Moses Brown leads after 2 quarters. Ready to face off and get the third quarter underway. As we're officially back underway. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play and on camera and producing. Doing it all here as we get back live here from LaSalle Academy. Apologies again for getting on the air a bit late here. Game starting up at 5 p.m. as the leading Quakers already threatening to add on to the lead. The first place Quakers start the second half with a score. It's 8-2. Another Moses Brown goal. Eight to 2. Back to midfield. And after the face-off, LaSalle scoops up the puck, or excuse me, scoops up the ball. Got a mix-up there as we got a whistle downfield around the 25-yard line. And the free possession starts from there, driving in. Chance for Madeline Goodwin, passing it off to Lily Peters. And we'll get another free possession there, and looks like Goodwin will take it once again. Pretty good position here for Goodwin. On the free position. Whistle blows, shot blocked away. Scooped up quickly. LaSalle still in possession on the outside. Moved from the corner. Taking the time here. From the corner. Driving in and being forced out by the Quaker defense. Now ball loose for a second. Scoop back up. Slows down up top for Peters. Spin move and back outside. A lot of time here in the attacking zone for LaSalle. But still spending a lot of time trying to build back from a 6-goal deficit. Peters with it. And Peters loses the ball, tumbling forward. And it looks like possession was given to LaSalle. .9:18 left to play in the third quarter. Pass to the outside. Driving in is McGovern, and we'll get another whistle. As Karen McGovern earns another free position and another great chance here for the Rams to jump onto the scoreboard in the second half. Whistle blows, shot saved once again. McGovern made a good effort at it. Now ball headed outside, stays in play. Goodwin grabs it. And rolling towards the outside again, scooped up cleanly by Curtis for Moses Brown. Toss downfield. Now Moses Brown, after a long time in their defensive end, can settle in on offense once again, in control of a 6-goal lead. Passed up top. Not much rush here from the Quaker offense again. Moses Brown sits on top of the standings, at least in RPI. Quakers weaving forward, coming inside, the shot. And it looked like a whistle was blown before the shot could get off. Now a free position here for Moses Brown. Whistle. Grace McLean drove in, then pump faked. And another whistle stops play once again. And off that whistle, LaSalle goes a man down. Yellow card even. As McGovern is off the field for 2 minutes. So McGovern's off the field, ready to resume action once again from the free position for Grace McLean. Moses Brown is a man up. With 7:11 to go in the third quarter. Resuming play, and McLean passes back. Doesn't attempt a shot here, and Moses Brown able to set things up now with the man advantage. Working around X. Pass down in front, pump fake, and a score. Moses Brown, the 9th goal of the game. Quick capitalization, and they lead 9-2. Back to midfield now with 6:55 to go. .655 left to play in third quarter action. Still a minute 45 on the yellow card that went against McGovern. As we're back underway, ball trickling and plenty of whistles. Slows things down. Now Madeline Goodwin. Pass down into the corner. And gets it back at the wing. Goodwin passes away. Goodwin facing a double team. Moses Brown still with numbers for a minute to go here. And they're using him on that double team, but a pass inside, a chance. Slowed up. And now a free position coming. Elsie Freitas set up for a good opportunity. Pretty uncontested from her position. Whistle blows, she pump fakes and tries to make the pass away, but the Quakers in possession now. Down the field, ball trickles out of bounds, and LaSalle takes over possession. Ready to take over. As the whistle blows, we're back underway. Rams are pushing quickly. They're getting chances in the attacking zone, just haven't been able to get across yet in the second half. Here's Peters cutting through. Good defense again here from Moses Brown. Knocking at the stick and jarring the ball free. Now maybe a fast break the other way. Ball controlled at the point. Slung wide and out of bounds. Chasing after it. And it looks like they'll award possession to LaSalle. Poor pass. Having to be picked up now and knocked away out of bounds again. Trickling, and LaSalle's going to keep it. But not ideal so far. Trying to clear it from their own end. 3:26 to go here in the third. Defender right on top. The clearance takes a bounce. It's a loose ball. And picked up by Moses Brown. So the pressure pays off for the Quakers as we're back to even action. Ball controlled by Vivian Stone. Getting close for another one, Lily Madeira. Passed off, and Madeira finishes off the score. It's a 10th Moses Brown goal. The Quakers hitting double digits here in the third. And now a timeout taken. We'll take a timeout as well. Madeira, the latest goal. It's a 10-2 lead for the Quakers. You're watching Girls Lacrosse on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back into the Fans Only Sports Network after a 10th Moses Brown goal. Score sits 10-2. Third quarter winding down. And LaSalle's undefeated season in great jeopardy here. Sitting at 14-0. Second in the RIL in RPI. Second behind Moses Brown. The Quakers 12-1. One loss came to Cohasset from Massachusetts earlier in the season. Other than that, has been a great year for both teams who faced off last year in the championship game. It was a Moses Brown championship, another one for this historic, easily dynastic Moses Brown girls lacrosse program. Added another notch in last season's campaign over LaSalle in the championship. Maybe a championship preview closing out the regular season here from LaSalle. Charlie Adams on play-by-play. Kim Soto on camera as we get back going in the third quarter. Another chance for LaSalle taken away. A great save once again. Ava Porter between the posts for Moses Brown. As back the other way, another goal for the Quakers, 11-2. LaSalle's faced plenty of tests this season. The Quakers were the last on the list before entering the postseason. And here we are, 11-2, Moses Brown. Back at midfield for the faceoff. And we're underway once again. Ball still loose. And now scooped up as LaSalle controls it. McGovern working into the attacking zone. McGovern double teamed. Running out of room towards the sideline. The pass gets away. Trickling to the net, and it will be Moses Brown possession. Hustling out of bounds. Final minute 10 coming up here from the third quarter of action. As the Quakers, with a high pass drawn in by Lily Madeira, scored goal 10. And passed around outside. Back up top for Madeira. Fakes one way, sends the pass across, and it'll be scooped up and next before it can head out of bounds. Another out in front look and another score for Moses Brown. They lead 12-2. (12-2) lead here in the third. Domination, and we're likely not going to see a face-off before the end of the third quarter with a 10-goal lead for the Quakers. We'll set up for it. Let's see if we can get it off. And the third quarter comes to a close. 12-2, Moses Brown adds on to the lead with a shutout third. We'll be back. Fourth quarter action coming up next here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Quakers leading big to close out the regular season. Welcome back. Fourth quarter of action here on the Fans Only Sports Network. The Quakers hold a 12-2 lead. Charlie Adams here with you from Stimony Field. Gearing up to face off and officially get going. And we're underway. A clean face-off win for the Quakers, pushing into the attacking zone. Passing around, and another Quaker goal gets across here. 13-2 now. And the clock running here in the fourth quarter. 13-2, the Quakers ahead. Have JV warming up, gearing up for their game that is going to follow the varsity game. Not too bad weather out. It's cloudy, but no rain, at least for now. Looks like rain should hold off until tomorrow. Play ready to resume from the free position. Pump fake, a slip up, and immediately goes to her leg. We're going to step aside here. It's 13-2 on the Fans Only Sports Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network. Injury timeout. Player helped off the field. Don't want to assume anything, but that one did not look good as we're back underway now. A 13-2 Moses Brown lead. Built off from a big third quarter, looking to add on in our fourth. I believe we entered halftime with a manageable 5-2 game. But since then, Moses Brown started to take off, and from the free position, the pass taken away there. Samantha Moko couldn't get it across, and now LaSalle controls. Now the championship rematch closing out the regular season. And so far it's been all Moses Brown here in the second half. Player takes a shot there. And we get an immediate whistle. We'll see about any man advantages here with the clock continuing to tick down. Just about 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Looks like the softball game wrapped up. Baseball as well. What we got here, though, a very busy day for LaSalle Athletics. Passed, sent forward, and another whistle here. Lily Peters set up for the free position. Peters passes, centering it up, and shoved from behind will give another free position out in front. So we'll take the free position here. Seven minutes to go, and it's a LaSalle goal. The Rams back in the scoring column here. Now 13-3. Back for the face-off. Now Moses Brown taking the ball down the sideline. The pass from McLean finds Brosco, one of three freshmen for the Quakers. Passed up top. Stutter stepping forward. Plenty of Rams defenders to meet her. Now bounced outside for Jane Ballisto. Or Belcito, excuse me. And the Quakers, time on their side. 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter with a 10-goal lead in the attacking zone. Pass down in front. Weaving forward, the bouncer. Sneaking in for another goal for Moses Brown. And Grace McLean getting on the score sheet here for a 14th Moses Brown score. Back at midfield. Ready to resume with 3.5 minutes left to play. Pushing forward into the attacking zone. LaSalle trying to build some momentum heading into the postseason where they'll be the number 2 seed behind this Moses Brown powerhouse. Lily Peters losing possession now. The Quakers with room to run. Up at midfield and a pass over as Lola Bale now. Moses Brown slows it down with Moko. Tossed behind now, controlled in X. Worked outside to the wing. Back with Jane Belcito. Moko looking for an angle. Tries to get the pass inside, goes a little too far, and LaSalle's in possession. Just over 2 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter. LaSalle pushing. Just over a minute to play here. A fake out. Switching directions. Fired across. As Karen McGovern got across, but the whistle beat her to it. So now it's a free position with 54.3 seconds. See if you can redo the same shot that you just delivered and maybe get your goal. And this one way too high over the goal. I think it might have connected with the crossbar maybe, or the netting behind it. The Quakers looking for one last exclamation point on their regular season as the save looked to be made and trickled away. But now we'll have the whistle stopping play first, so another free position. Resuming here with the clock running down. One more chance knocked away. Final 5 seconds now. The Quakers with a 14-3 lead. And the buzzer blows. And the regular season comes to a close here. Taking a 14-3 victory, the Quakers, in what could be a championship preview between the top two regular season teams, finished the season with a dominant win on the road against LaSalle, moving to 13-1 on the year, entering the postseason as the top team ranked by RPI. While LaSalle finishes the year 14-1, they'll be second in RPI come postseason. Thanks for tuning in here on the Fans Only Sports Network. On behalf of my cameraman, Kim Soto, I'm Charlie Adams, saying thank you for watching. 14-3 your final. The Quakers take it big over the Rams.